Hello. So you're interested in learning to fight with Sigtryggring, and we're happy that you're excited to fight with us. But there's going to be some gear that you will need to purchase at one point or another. Now we do have loaner gear that we're happy to give you for a period of time. But let's say you want to start purchasing your own equipment. Well, I'm going to give you some options here that you might want to start with. Now, there are plenty of different places you can get this stuff, and if you want to browse around, that's fantastic on your own, but I will say that you should check with one of the members of Sigtryggring before you purchase anything, because there's a lot of mistakes that you can make when buying something. You don't want to end up with something that you're not going to be able to use. But we'll go over some basic equipment here that I have found. The first thing that I found that's really nice is this Norman nasal helmet from VikingShield.com. I'm a big fan of VikingShield.com myself. They have great customer service. The stuff shows up usually pretty quick, and they do check up with you if something funky's going on. This helmet is really cheap. It's 16 gauge. It's just the minimum of what you need. I also have a friend who has bought this one, which is quite nice. It's worked out quite well. And so that's, we'll say we buy the cheaper one. Let me reset this here. So we're going to go with the $69 one. Okay, and then you're going to want to buy a gambeson, something to keep your torso nice and protected. MedievalCollectibles.com has a good supply of gambesons. I would probably recommend this Leopold gambeson. There's lots of different options here, but you want something that has your full body protection. You don't want to buy something that's too thin or doesn't come down to your legs. So we'll say that this Leopold gambeson is a good purchase. So we will add to that. Next, you're going to want some arm protection. These ones from Red Dragon Armory are really, really good at not too bad of a price. I've got it in euros here, but I think that translates to about $57 at the moment. And you're going to want to buy good forearm protection. You can get beautiful leather stuff, but it's more expensive. Sometimes it's handmade. It's a little hard to find. But this is a good start. So we'll say our new member here will buy some of these for $57. Okay? And then we're going to go to woodenswords.com, also known as Purple Heart Armory. They have fantastic swords. They come with some sort of warranty and guarantee, so if you get something that's broken, they'll replace it. You'll have to check into it. I don't know it off by hand, but we have had a fighter buy a sword from here, and the pommel fell off, and they replaced it right away. This particular sword here is quite good, but you can see they have a variety. And I would definitely check with a member of Sigtryggring before buying any of these, but this is a very good standard of what we have. They're sort of mid-range. You can find slightly cheaper swords, but they don't last as long, and these are good quality swords. They'll last you for quite a few years. So we're going to buy one for $184. And then we need some other protection for our hands. You can get beautifully crafted leather gauntlets, but they're expensive, and a good place to start before then to make sure that you like this hobby is hockey gloves. I've found that about $30 is your average. This is Played Against Sports, used hockey equipment. Sometimes you can get new stuff there. Oh, you can go down to Canadian Tire and buy new stuff, but used is the way to go if you're just starting out on a budget. So you can usually find a pair for about $29. So we'll say that our guy found a pair for $29. And again, with leg protection, they've got lots of different shin protection at Play It Against Sports. You can usually find something. These are some pretty good prices here. I found that typically $29, $30 is what you're going to find a pair of shin protection from Play It Against Sports. So we will add plus 29. And one thing that you will need is a boss. Now, we can make shields. Shields are a bit of a project, but they're a really good project to start out with to sort of show you what it's like to make your own gear, because buying a shield is way more expensive than just buying the boss and making your shield. We're happy to show you how to make a shield. It's great. You'll really enjoy it. But the boss is, which we can make too, but if you wanted to buy one, VikingShield.com again. And they have wonderful bosses, and you want to make sure you get a thick enough one. I think this one's a good start here. Sometimes some of this stuff's out of stock and you have to get something slightly different, and that's okay. But we'll say that we bought this one here for $18.99. Whoops, that's too much. Okay. And then we'll say that you need to buy some lumber for the shield and whatnot. So, I don't know. Probably you'll need some rawhide and some wood. So we're going to say that's going to run us at about $35. Lumber changes price, so. One more thing that you're going to want to buy is an arming cap. This one on medievalcollectibles.com is fantastic. I absolutely love this. It has nice extra shoulder protection, neck. You don't typically get hit in the neck, but you'll love it when you're wearing this. It really helps with those rare blows that happen there. And the padding on the top is fantastic. It's a really good arming cap for $35. So we'll add that to the build too. Something else that you're definitely going to want and you're going to need is a cup. And about $19 for a cup is standard from Canadian Tire. I got mine. My wife got hers. Ladies, men, doesn't matter. You need to wear a cup. You do not want to get kneed or get a sword or an axe or anything to your junk, so you're going to have to buy a cup. And that's going to set us back another $20 on average. So that's $540. Now, that's before tax. That's before shipping. Some of those prices might have been American, so that's before the conversion. So you're looking at about $600, $700, maybe even $800 to get started in this particular sport, in this martial art. Now, our loaner gear is definitely available, and we don't need you to buy all this stuff at once, but eventually you're going to want to have all of these things on your own so that we can free up that loaner gear and give it to the next generation of new fights. So, you know, it's just something to think about when you get into this hobby is how much money can I spend on it and justify it. We'd love to have you come out. We can help you as much as we can with the prices of this stuff and acquiring this equipment. Sometimes you can get hand-me-downs from us, so communicate with Sigtryggring, and we might be able to get you some gear at a cheaper price or maybe even something that we don't use anymore and you can just take. But I just want everyone to be aware that this is a bit of an investment, and hopefully that doesn't set you back because you can see all of the smiles and laughter on our faces here. This is definitely a wonderful hobby, and we hope that this video has been helpful.